Hello everybody, welcome back to Steak Insanity. My name is David and this channel is about my carnivore diet journey. The keen eye of you will notice that I'm recording in another remote location today. I've tried to do this video 3 times yesterday and for various reasons just could never get it to work. So I've decided to just do it while I'm out this morning in London. So welcome to Costa in Covent Garden and London. 2 things I really want to talk about today. One is what's been going on, obviously, with the diet as I've been out and about. And I've had a lot of traveling this week, and I also had one day totally off the wheels. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the second thing is I wanted to talk about the weightlifting and taking creatine. And that's been quite interesting. So I've had some interesting stuff happening from that. So usually we'll start off with stats for nerds. There's not too much to talk about this time other than to say I think the actual effect of the creatine has meant that really my weight hasn't, the weight number itself has kind of been all over the shop. It's been up and down a lot more than I thought it might be, but it does seem to be staying basically the same, maybe gone up a little bit, but I think that's from the extra water that's coming from the creatine, which is fine. I knew that was going to happen. I guess the main thing is that my clothes are fitting better, so my body is sort of reorganizing itself, and hopefully, I will start putting on muscle. I'm under no illusions that I'm going to be putting on muscle straight away. Go to the gym 2 or 3 times, you're not going to put on any significant muscle mass. So I know it's not that, but it is the effect of the creatine kicking in, I think. I have had a lot more calories since I went back on the carnivore diet as opposed to the lion diet. I think I found it quite challenging on the lion diet almost to eat enough. And so my calories were quite low. So I was averaging kind of 1,500 calories. In February, I've been averaging much closer to 1,900, nearly 2,000 calories. So I think that also has a bit of an effect as well. But I know that now that I'm doing weight training, I need to have more calories and a bit more energy to get through the workouts and stuff like that and make sure I recover. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for that. This week I did have one day totally off the diet just because I was drinking. And that was Thursday night. I was out and decided I'd been really strict during the day. I ended up having a glass of wine, and then I just thought, do you know what? I'm just going to have a nice time and I'm not going to worry about it. And so I drank all the wine and all the rum and cokes, and I didn't eat very much. And so normally I would have expected my weight to kind of go up by 1 kilo, but actually it went down by 1 kilo. And I think that's just because I only ate a couple of eggs and a couple of pieces of bacon all day that day. So look, I know that's not the best thing. That's not how to do the diet and all that. But sometimes life gets in the way. And, that's the thing I really wanted to mention. And I know I talk about this a lot, but sometimes you just have to do what you're going to do. And you just get back on the wagon the next day and you keep going. And if it has some effect, it has some effect. And you can't be in this from a short-term perspective. You've got to look at this as a lifestyle change. And every once in a while, you're going to go on holiday or you're going to go to an event and they're not going to have the right kind of food for you to eat. And you're just going to have to deal with it and suck it up and do the best thing you can. And then you get on with it. So that's where I am. Like I said, I've tried to record this 3 times. It's got shorter and shorter every time, which is probably good for everyone watching. And but the first one I did was amazing. It was probably one of the best recordings I thought that I'd done, but never mind. Creatine. So taking the creatine's been really interesting. I've noticed that I've started waking up in the middle of the night if I don't exercise. So it's almost like for some reason, it's almost like I've got more energy. And that's not really what creatine is supposed to do. But I do find myself just 3 o'clock in the morning waking up wide awake. That never happens. I mean, I would sometimes wake up early in the morning, but never in the middle of the night. And that's happened every single night that I've had creatine, unless I went to the gym. So it just means it's another reason for me to make sure that I go to the gym, because I really don't like waking up in the middle of the night. I do feel better. I feel like I have a little bit more mental clarity. Sometimes people say that, but I'm kind of surprised. I do feel more energetic. But the biggest thing is, for the couple of times that I have gone to the gym, the recovery time is half, if not more. It just seems like I go and I work out, and it used to be, if I went pretty hard, I'd be pretty sore the following day, and then day 2 after the workout would be the super sore day, and then kind of back to normal, and I could hit it again. Now it's like I work out, I wake up in the morning, I don't feel sore at all. The next day, not really sore at all either. So the benefit, I guess, and is to the recovery time. So it's like I could literally go and do a fairly heavy workout much more often. And that's where the muscle building comes in. So I think that's what the advantage is to it. And the more I can do that, I think the better. Because again, just aside from building muscle mass, which burns more fat while you're resting, it also, I think lifting weights keeps your heart rate and your metabolism higher for longer than cardio. So if you just go in and do cardio, you burn the calories while you're running or whatever, and then once you're done, it pretty well stops. And then your metabolism goes back to normal. Whereas if you lift weights, because your body has to recover and it has to rebuild muscle and everything else, you're actually burning more energy through the night after you go to bed, and just in general while your body's repairing itself. And so I think the advantages are probably going to come through from that after I've done this, certainly after the first couple of months. So I like the creatine. I'm going to stay on it for now, and then we'll see how I feel by the end of the month, and what happens between now and then. But yeah, so those were the 2 things I really wanted to talk about. I think we're up to about 615 subscribers, so thank you to everybody who subscribed. That's amazing. Please keep sharing the channel with other people who live a keto lifestyle or want to do low carb. I do have some other interesting stuff coming. I had some really good feedback about the perimenopause and diet topic, so I am going to do some more work on that. And I've even thought about maybe doing a documentary about it as well. And for those of you who don't know, I actually run a media company, and I do sort of audio and video production and that sort of thing. And I have some contacts who have won BAFTA awards and things like that, and they think it's a good idea as well. So we might try and get a little bit of funding and do something a bit more formal. But I'm going to start off having the conversations on the channel, so look for some of that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. And I hope everybody's doing well. If you haven't subscribed and you've made it this far, please subscribe. It helps me get my numbers up, and the sooner I can get monetized, then the more time I can justify spending on this and actually making better content. So anyway, thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.